Hello and welcome back to another character creation video. My name is Lumin and today we're having a look at Voyagers of Nera. Voyagers of Nera is a cooperative survival crafting game where you must survive a magical ocean world brimming with lost spirits and deadly monsters. Sail to distant islands, build beautiful villages, and surf across the waves with up to 10 players. Also, create and customize characters in a pretty fantastic looking system. I love the art style. It kind of reminds me of Sea of Thieves, which is a good thing. I love Sea of Thieves art style. I'm going to say here that we are still in early days. This is a demo version of the game, and the devs have already said that they've worked on what's available in character creation here, along with a bunch of other stuff on the game. So when the next playtest happens, when the next update comes for the demo, or when the game finally releases into early access, there will be a lot more, and things will probably be better. But it's nice to have an early look at something, because what there is to look at here and what's available is already looking pretty nice. So, if you'd like to do a deep dive to discover all there is to discover about Voyagers of Nera, you can find some links below. There will also be timestamps. Use them, find what you're looking for, and leave satisfied. We're going to jump in now and we're going to have a quick look at male customization on the male body type. Then we'll look at female, and then we'll look at the clothing and outfits available, which I would say is probably the highlight. I like that quite a lot. Now, male body type. Here we go. There's a bit of back and forth, so you'll just have to excuse me. I'm going to come back to the body type when we get down to the markings, so I can show you the body markings along with the face markings, because they sort of match up and whatever, but bear with me. You have a male and female body type here. You only have the one right now. I would love to see more in the future. I realize, however, that specifically, that simple request could add a lot to the dev time, because they'd need to make the armor work on different body types, which is, well, that's a whole thing on its own. Faces. Currently we have 3 different faces, and you will notice that the skin tone changes with them. So on this face you have these 4 skin tone choices. On this face over here we have these, and then on the darker face you have even darker choices, which is nice. I actually think this is a nice way of doing it, because then you give skin tones that are tailored towards a certain face that look better on that face, and hey, that's great. That's great. We're going to take the quote-unquote neutral one over here. Then we look at the eye colors. These are the same across the faces. They are pretty bright, pretty vibrant, pretty nice, neat and tidy, clean. They look good. You can go for this like completely white eye over here. Same for the black one, basically. And there's a lot of cool colors. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I'd probably go for this one just because I like, you know, weird stuff. But for now, we'll just take the black one over there. Hairstyles, not a huge amount here just yet. I kind of like what they have. You know, they've gone for a certain style. You can sort of see that. It is this magical ocean world style, and that's nice. But obviously when there is more in here, well, I think everyone will rejoice. Like, no one's going to say no to more hairstyles, because it's not a lot. You know, that's all we've got right now. What there is, and the way that they've done the texture work on it, and the style of the styles that they have, thumbs up. I like it. Again, I mentioned at the start, it reminds me of Sea of Thieves, and that's cool. I hope that you guys can just ignore the artifacting that's happening at the back here. It's just a little janky at the moment. Just ignore it. But yeah, the Sea of Thieves style is quite nice. It's full of life. You know, it's vibrant. It's cool. It's nice. I think that it suits the game and the style of the game quite nicely. You'll notice that this style is basically just the same style with 3 different versions of it, and then we've got this one over here. You have primary, secondary, tertiary, and, well, you've got a 4th, which I haven't seen on any of these just yet. And you can change the colors. So let's go on the one with the 3 different choices here. Then we can change the hair color first. Much like with the eyes, there's a decent selection here. And I kind of like the way that they are displaying the character with the colors on it and everything. Oftentimes when you have bright colors like this, vibrant colors like this, then things look a little out of place. There are a few colors, I would say, missing here to round it out. You know, there's, because you've got the bright colors, right? So the yellow doesn't look all that yellow, which is one thing I will just mention straight up. But I think that if they round it out with a few of the more basic colors first, if they add some more natural looking colors, like a natural looking red, a couple more options for brown, you know, different styles of brown, stuff like that, that would be awesome. Overall, though, it's a pretty fun selection of colors. You can, once you've chosen that, do your secondary colors as well. The secondary color will be, in this case, the headband. So you can do that any color you like. I'll make it, let's go with red for it, right? Red's kind of nice. And then your tertiary here specifically will be the little beads in the hair. And you can also just add some color to your character with that if you so desire. The color and the way it applies to different, bits and pieces is obviously different based on the textures on them. You've got like a glossy surface here and a matte surface there. It's whatever. But it does work quite well. And I like the way that they've done it. So for now, we'll use that. And then we will move on. Facial hair. We currently only have one beard. And I will just be straight about this. It doesn't look great. It's there, but it does not look great. You can see that they have not applied the textures to it yet. It's sort of just a work in progress. And that's fine. Understandable. You can see that there's no texture work on there yet. It's just like a beard shape. The shape is nice, but when they've added the texture work, then we'll weigh in and we'll be like, okay, man, yes or no. Right now, as you can clearly see, it's not done, right? So that's the only option at the moment. And then as we jump into the eyebrows over here, eyebrow choices are pretty cool. I will say, however, that there is a bug right now that this one specifically, I don't think you can change the color on it. But it's not a problem because there's two more to choose from. You're basically setting up the mood for your character here and the sort of style of expression that you have on, and that's cool. It's nice to be able to have that option. You can be slightly more concerned, softer look, or you can be slightly more stern, harder look. It's good. It's good. We'll match it up for now and leave it like that. Let's go for the more concerned look. And then we will just jump onto the makeup. So these are the markings. You can set the opacity and the color. I'm setting the opacity to max so you can see what they look like. These are nice. They're nice. Oftentimes when they add markings or tattoos or anything like that to a game, then you can clearly see that it's sort of an afterthought. Here, they're crisp, they're clear, they're neat and tidy, and the markings and stuff look like they kind of suit the style of game we're jumping into. And that's cool. And the colors, when you apply it to the markings, quite nice. And this is what I'm going to be echoing as I go through here, is that they've got good bones here to build something pretty cool. Now I'm going to go back quickly, and I'm going to show you the body markings. These are a similar situation, where you have markings that sort of match the markings for the face, but these are for the body, obviously. And you can sort of mix and match them if you like, or get them lined up and have them the same. But they work in the same way. They work with the same styles of colors and everything, and I will, for the purposes of this video, put that on because I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, so that's the body markings. We're going to move up to the accessories now, and I will just show you that there's nothing implemented here yet, although I will say that the clothing, it is implemented, and it looks phenomenal. And there's some, what you could consider accessories on the clothing as well. So, worry not, this is coming. And that does bring us to the end. Unfortunately, not a huge amount of options right now, but fortunately, the characters do look quite nice. Like, look at this guy. I like this. I think he looks pretty phenomenal. That's it for the male customization, or at least the male body type. I am probably going to have to just very briefly take everything off when I jump back, because I do believe that the way this is done is that it is actually shared. So what we will do is, we will just set everything back quickly, and we will take it from there, right? So I'm taking this off, and then we are back on the default character, and we can switch our body type. And there we are. Hey, it's time for female. Let's customize this character. Let's look what's available. Let's see what we feel, right? First options, the face. The face presets here, you have 3 different options. These are 3 ethnicities. I'm going to say that as the best possible explanation, and each of them comes with their own skin tones. The faces are a little samey as they stand right now. It would be nice for a little bit more variety. I feel I mentioned this before with the body type already, but I'll mention it again. I think that they should add maybe not a slider, but different body sizes, and then perhaps with that the faces could change a bit, or just add some separate options to the face. That's cool too. But basically you have the 3 different faces, and they each have their own selection of skin tones, which is cool. I like the female faces. I like the way they look. I think that they are pretty, and I think that they are interesting and unique, and that's nice. They suit the art style quite nicely as well. Again, the variety that we have here is good enough. So we'll take this one for now, and then we're going to move on to the eye colors. A nice real estate for the eyes here. You can see quite a lot of what's going on. There are some good color selections here. Again, I mentioned I really like these. When they put these eyes in without the pupils and stuff like that, I usually end up picking those. Even though it's not for everyone, it is definitely for me. But they have some nice eye colors here. They are not afraid to have a little bit of fun with the colors, which I appreciate. Decent selection overall. For hairstyles, we have the same hairstyles on male and female. And while I do believe they look good and they suit the style of the game, it's obvious that they're going to add more, and they'll need to add more for the game to feel more complete and for you to be able to make a character that really works for you. But again, yeah, it looks kind of nice. Nothing to complain about there. Remember, I'm going to mention this like 100 times. Early days. They're working on this. They've already mentioned in a blog post that they've added more stuff to the character creator for the next playtest, and that's cool. This sort of middle of their head, it's not really a mohawk, but this sort of, I guess you could call it the tribal style, or in this case, it's the island style that they have on the hair. It's quite a popular one nowadays, and I do like the different variations of it. But it's obviously just not enough. We've got one style here that has primary, secondary, and tertiary colors that we can change. I'll show you the other colors right now, and that's about it. But you can see by the way that they've done the texture work and the style of the hair that there's definitely going to be some really nice looking styles. And with this art style that they're choosing, I think it'll look nice. Yeah. We've looked at a few games recently that had similar styles, and I must tell you I came away pretty pleased. For the colors, you can see here they've got some colors that are slightly more interesting, vibrant, full of life, fun, and I appreciate that. That's like a massive thumbs up. However, if they're going to go wide with the colors, they should go wide with the colors. They should double the amount that's available here, and then I think they'll make even more people happy. More of the basic colors, the browns, the blondes, and stuff like that, and then just give more rainbow. It's like, hey man, just let people go nuts with it. At this point, just based on how things look here, I would say you could even just get away with adding a RGB slider and just calling it a day, you know? RGB and saturation is probably all you need. That's it. For the different color options, if you go on this one over here, you can see that we have primary, that's our main hair color. Then we have secondary, which will be the headband. You can change that if you'd like. It's not working right now, which is a bit of a pity. But you can change that usually, if you like. And then tertiary is the beads. Ah, there you go. Okay, so for the females, it seems to all be lobbed into tertiary. But usually you can change the beads and the headband separately. It must be a bug. And the colors on them, quite nice. Like, I think it looks pretty satisfying overall. And I like it. Yeah. So we'll take red for now. I did the same thing on male. And yeah, we're going to move on. Facial hair. They have no beards on the ladies, which, I mean, I would say I'm disappointed by it, but I don't really think that that is a requirement in any way, shape, or form. Eyebrows. There's 3 different eyebrows right now. This one is locked onto the white color for some reason. I don't know if that's just old brows instead of eyebrows. But I like the notched cut one, so they better fix this soon, because this is the one I'd want to use. And then for the regular eyebrows, for the other ones, you can choose the same colors as the hairstyles. So, yeah, there you go. That's the 2 that they have. I'll take this one. Nice bushy brows. For makeup, we have a set of markings here, and we have some colors for them. The colors are pretty nice. Again, fun colors, full of life, vibrant, and so on. I'll choose black for this right now, and I'll show you what the different markings look like. There you go. And then to match these, we have a set of markings on the body options here, which are the same. So they sort of line up with them one to one. Pretty cool. The markings do look pretty cool, right? And then our final option here is accessories, and you can do the opacity on this as well. Our final option, the accessories, not implemented yet. That's still coming. Now, that does bring us to the end of the female customization. It looks alright, you know? The character looks quite nice. Again, a pity we don't have too much to choose from yet. Work in progress, as I mentioned, but here's the cool part. Here's the cool stuff. If we head on over the closing section, this is shared across male and female, so I'm happy to just show it on female, and you can sort of imagine. I can change the body type afterwards, and you can see, but it is shared, so it's the same stuff on all of them, and they have some really cool styles here. I really like what they have. I think that what they have here right now is also very much work in progress. In other words, I'm not sure if we'll be able to start with all of these styles or if we'll need to earn them in the game. I don't know how we're going to acquire them just yet. I don't know if the selection is going to change, but for now, I like what they've got. So for the headgear here, we have some pretty normal and or plain looking stuff. Then we have some stuff that I would call higher tech, sort of like an upgraded look. And then we have some like just crazy stuff, which is fun. And I mean, I like that. I like the crazy stuff. I like the fun stuff. It sort of reminds me of like a Murloc, this, and it's cute. It's just cute. You can change the colors on these as well. So you can sort of make it whatever color you like. There are 3 color slots for most of them. And I really like it. I mean, I think that they've done incredibly nicely. This, you will notice, is the hair color right now. And then there we go for the helmet. It looks super when you change it. I mean, it looks good in pretty much all the different colors. I really just like the style of it, except that it doesn't look so good in the white. But yeah, there you go. And then the same for this thing. You can make yourself into like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. So let's take this one for now. And I will just show you how it looks if you change the other colors. This will be the beads over there, as you can see. For now, let's not change too much. Let's not distract ourselves. Then let's move on to the torsos. Now, as with most games like this where you have different options for the torso, the head, the legs, the hands, the feet, whatever, they have sets. So there's a set that will match this helmet. There's a set that will match the different legs, hands, and feet, you know. So you can sort of either have all the same if you want, or you can mix and match to get the perfect selection. I won't change the colors on each of them, but I will show you what they look like. Got some sort of more basic island style stuff. Then you've got the armor that definitely matches this. You can see over there. Looks really, really cool. Then we've got a nice little vest there. We've got this, which I actually also think looks kind of nice. Really cool. Very, very cool style. Once again, it's quite inspired. It looks different than most of the other stuff that I've seen recently. And this one, also very cool. I like what they've done with the neck and the shoulder pads here and stuff. And then that one. My favorite's obviously the armor. I think it looks phenomenal. And it is obviously really cool that you can change the colors here. And you can sort of set it up in a way that works for you. I really like the black and the red together. I like that a lot. So if we do legs, you will see similar situation here where you have a set that will match this that we have on right now. But I think that the most important part of this, and I would say the most impressive part of the character creator, is that they seem to have a style that they've nailed down and that they've committed to that I personally believe will work incredibly well. I think it's going to look excellent. Overall, when they start getting all the bugs sort of smoothed out, all the issues ironed out, and when they start adding more content to it, it's just really nice already. You know, there's just already a lot here. So as you can see, there's a lot of different customization that can happen here. I'm going for a red and black look, so let's just go for a red and black look. Why not? You know, let's just do it. Hands, similar situation. Gloves look awesome. So whoever actually did the outfits for this game, they love their job. And you know, they went into this with great gusto and a lot of passion. And they definitely tried to make something cool looking. They tried to make us as a player of their game and as a character in this world feel cool. I can see that. And that's sick. Because I mean, look at that. I love it. I mean, I know this is just one single armor set that I'm pointing at and I'm saying, wow, I like. But I think that understanding the idea of a cohesive looking style is important here. You know, there's a lot going on in games like this, and there's a lot that can go wrong. You know, you could end up adding a bunch of stuff that makes your game look like a clown fiesta, and you don't always want that. But as you can see over there, this is pretty cohesive. It's pretty nice. Then you can even add a back option here, which in this case right now is a backpack. You can sort of make it match as well, make it black and red if we'd like. In my opinion, yeah, very, very, very cool. I dig that. So this is my highlight, in case it wasn't clear. Not specifically this outfit, because there is so much more that you can do as well. Like if we, as an example, just leave the colors for now and go through, there was that other one, this one over here, go through the options and add something that sort of matches. I think that I would say that looks good. You have a completely different style set up over here, and it's also damn cool. So, yeah, there you go. And that does bring us to the end of this video. Just a quick look at what is currently available in Voyagers of Nera. Early days. I get it. There's not a lot here right now. In terms of customization, yeah, man, we need more options. But I think they know that, and I think they're working on that. The most important takeaway is that they've got a pretty nice art style here. I mentioned before, reminiscent of something like Sea of Thieves, where they're not afraid to have a little fun with it. They're not afraid to throw some color in there, and it is nice. The style of what I see here seems like it is cohesive and seems like it works for the world that we are wandering through and exploring. And overall, I am just pretty excited to see what they throw in and how things evolve closer to launch. So, hey, I hope you guys agree with those sentiments. Yes, it's pretty bare bones right now. I understand that. But we know that going into it. And we're just having a quick peek, you know? Just having a quick look. Hey, check back here soon for more. I'm definitely going to be looking at this game when it nears the release window. I will be jumping back in here to see how things have changed and evolved, so you can join me for that. I'm going to say to the guys that are making this game, hey, good job. I like what you've already given us. I like that you've been communicating about adding more. And hey, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you. Dudes, give this video a like, share it, and do all that other good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like, you can find my links below, my coffee page, and my Twitch channel, and all the rest. And hey, enjoy creating those characters in Voyagers of Nera. Happy that.